Okay, so welcome to a new type of Fire Emblem video here. I will be making a tutorial. And we're back on chapter 1. I decided it will be best to display everything I'm about to say here. And I actually learned quite a few things myself in the making of this video, so yeah, I'm very happy I tried to make something new here for once. So yeah, we're gonna explain how stats work here in Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem, so let's just get right into it. We have a Slim Lance up there in the top right corner. We have 16 HP to the left of it, there besides her character portrait, Shida. She's a Pegasus Knight, and we have two columns. One with the strength, skill, speed, luck, weapon level, defense, and resistances, and to the left of it, we have attack, accuracy, avoidance, crit, and attack speed. Now, it is fairly simple. Basically, to calculate your total attack, the top one there in the left column, you just take your total strength and you add it with the weapon's total might. And obviously, your total attack is how much damage you will deal to an enemy. And then, of course, you have to subtract with defense on their behalf. So, yeah. As you can see here, the Slim Lance has a might of 5. And with some basic math, we can determine that 5 plus 5 equals 10 in the attack. So, if you strike an enemy, like this guy here, who has 1 defense, that means we're gonna hit him for 9 damage, since 10 minus 1 equals 9. So yeah, that's how strength and defense work, against each other, I guess, if you will. Now, strength is fairly simple. As for skill, it's a little bit more complicated. It determines a few things, and this is what I did not know. It determines accuracy, and it also completely by itself determines crit. I thought luck had a impact on your total crit in this game, but no, that is not the case. It is all skill. So over on the left side there, I guess we'll start with crit. It says you have 11% crit. Basically how you determine or how you calculate how much crit you have, you basically just take your 6 skill and you add it to your weapon's built-in crit. And as you might have noticed there before, the Slim Lance has a crit of 5%, so you just take 6 skill plus 5 crit, and there you go, you have 11 crit, as it said in the menu. You can actually see, here too, it says 11 crit there in total, so we have an 11% chance of critically striking with Shida and deal triple damage, I believe it is, so that is very nice. So, yeah, that's how you calculate crit, and then as for accuracy, the trickier part, basically you take your skill, we have 6, and you take it times 2, so 6 times 2, that's 12, and then you add on the weapon's total hit percentage, and the Slim Lance has a hit percentage of 100% on base, so that means 12 plus 100, and yeah, so she has 112 hits. And if we go over here, well, in a bit we'll go and check on the thief, so yeah, here's the thing you need to know about accuracy. There are a few things. As you can see there on the left side, it says we have 100, but you can just ignore that. We are actually at 112. Mystery of the Emblem does not display higher than 100, and typically I do not calculate it very much myself. I just kind of wing it, I just go in and attack, and I, go on feeling, but sometimes it might be necessary to actually calculate hit percentages if it's a really dire situation. So yeah, we know she has 112% hit, right? But that doesn't mean she's gonna attack and hit 100% of the time always, because as you can see under accuracy we have this stat avoidance, and avoidance basically counteracts your accuracy, much like defense counteracts strength. So yeah, we have 112 accuracy, right? So if we take Shida here, and we're gonna swoop in over a thief, press attack, and yeah, here we can actually see the total stats here. That's very nice. It's a shame it doesn't say 112% accuracy here. That would have made things a lot simpler. But we're gonna press attack again. We have 112% hit. This guy, as you can see there, has an avoidance of 7. That means we have a 105% hit percentage on him. So yeah, we indeed cannot miss. And yeah, he has 1 defense there too, so 105% chance of hitting for 9 damage. So yeah, simple enough, I guess. Hopefully you guys followed me. Oh yeah, and as for crit, I guess, I just explained how crit works. Enemies might crit you too, obviously. The only way to safeguard yourself against crit is having people with high luck go up against it. Luck basically determines anti-crit, so if an enemy, like the thief here, I believe he has 1% crit, yeah, as you can see there, 1% crit, you need to have at least 1 luck to not get critically struck by him. So each luck subtracts 1% crit. So yeah, 9 luck basically means 9% anti-crit, so an enemy needs to have 10% crit to be able to critically strike Shida. So yeah. So skill determines crit and hit, and now we have gone over how hit works and how to, well, calculate it with avoidance, and we know how luck interacts with crit. So yeah, it's basically just a bunch of stats here, like defense subtracts from total attack, avoidance subtracts from accuracy, and crit is subtracted with luck to, you know, determine the outcome, basically. That's basically all you gotta keep in mind. Now then, for one of the most important stats in the game is speed. We have 12 speed, so yeah, Shida is very fast. If you look at your other units, they are quite slow at this point in the game. 7 and 6, and she was at 12. So yeah, what does speed do? Speed is actually determining how much avoidance you have. So yeah, she has 21% avoidance, so she's quite hard to hit. Basically how you calculate it is you add speed with luck, and that's how you determine your avoidance. So 12 plus 9 equals 21. That's very simple. So now there are some factors to this, like if you step on this fort, for example, you can see 20% avoidance. However, this is where it gets a little bit quirky. Since Shida is on a flying mount, if she steps on this fort, since she is flying, she will not benefit from the bonuses. So yeah, she will not be getting the additional 20%. If she would sit here, she would have 21% avoidance plus another 20, so 41%. So you might say, well, that sucks, dude. Can we do something about it? And yeah, we can just fly over here, and if we hit dismount, she will leave her trusty steed and she will enjoy the 20% bonus. However, when she dismounts, she can no longer use spears. She now can only use iron swords. And the sword has the exact same damage as the slim lance, 5 might, but it has 10% lower accuracy, and it weighs 2, so that's about the same as the slim lance, so it's just all around a worse weapon. So yeah, I'm gonna back out here. We're gonna mount up again, and gonna back out. Now I got grayed out there. Huh. Okay, so we're back here. So that's how speed and avoidance works. The other thing that speed does is it determines whether you will attack twice or not. Down in the left corner there, in the left column, you have attack speed. And basically how you determine how much attack speed you have, you just take, once again, go in and check on your slim lance. It weighs 2, and you have a total of 12 speed, so you take 12 speed and subtract it by 2. That means you have 10 attack speed. Now this game is very dangerous. You don't really need to calculate that ever in this game, because you can clearly just see down there, it says AS, that means you have 10 attack speed. So really you don't ever need to calculate that in this game. Even more modern day Fire Emblem games doesn't always explain how much attack speed you have, but this old one actually does, so that's quite nice. Now, to determine whether you're gonna hit your opponent twice or not is basically just dependable on how much speedier you are than your opponent. So you need to have 3 attack speed higher to strike twice, and that's really all there is to it. This thief has 5 attack speed, and I have 10, so I will strike twice. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring her over here. Okay, take 2 here. I explained it shittily. Yeah, so if we go in here, we take the slim lens, it says there 10 attack speed, 10 attack, and we know from earlier we have 112% accuracy, 21% avoidance. So if we just now click here again, keeping all these numbers in mind, the enemy has 7 attack, we have 7 defense, I believe, so he's gonna hit for 0 damage. He has 92% accuracy, we had 21% avoidance, so, you know, to determine our chance to dodge this guy, you know, once again, you take 21 minus 92, which is 71. So he has a 71% chance of hitting me. He has a 7% avoidance, and as we know, she has 112% hit. So even after we subtract his avoidance from our hit, we're still good to go 100% of the time. We have 9 luck, he has 1 crit, so he cannot crit us. We have 10 attack speed, he has 5, so we're gonna strike twice. We have 10 damage, he has 1 defense, we're gonna hit for 9 times twice. So we have 18 damage, he has 16 HP. So yeah, we're gonna attack and see. So yeah, as you can see, my math is correct. Down there in the left corner, he has 1 defense, 71% hit, and 7 damage. And I even scored a crit, so I didn't need both hits. And then we get experience and all that good stuff. And I suppose we'll round it off with that. Each character have their own growths. And let me just pause here for a sec. I'll bring it up on the screen, but I need to bring up the list for myself. Okay, so here we go. The screen is probably going to be paused for you since I'm tabbed out here, but yeah, there is one more thing to the whole explanation video here, and I'll pop up the stats on screen for you guys. Here is one of the most important things in the game. Characters have growth rates whenever they level up to gain stats, or they have a chance to gain stats. So in Shida's case, she has 50% chance each time she level up to gain another hit point. She has a 20% chance to get a point of strength, which increases damage. A 70 whoopin percentage of getting skill to increase her hit and crit chances. Her speed is at 90% growth, which is insane, by the way. So she will pretty much always strike twice, and she has very good avoidance. She has 70% luck. You have an 80% chance of getting another weapon level, which is overkill. Weapon level basically just is necessary to determine whether you can use high tier weapons or not, and yeah, 80% is definitely overkill. Defense, as we all know, very useful stat. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a whole lot in it. It subtracts from the enemy's total damage. And resistance, 3%. All characters have a 3% growth in resistance. The resistance is actually is the same as defense, but it guards against magic damage instead. So, yeah, hopefully this has been informative. There are a few things that I'm sure I have not explained. I guess I could explain that only the main hero in this game can enter villages and save them from being burnt down by thieves. We had a thief here, he burnt down this, but, you know, you're just gonna have to use smart and try and grab villages before thieves get to them. And yeah, the whole mount and dismount, I didn't talk much about. Like, basically there are enemies in the game which have weaponry that are effective, sometimes against horses and sometimes against flyer like Shida. Like, yeah, we have this bow character over here. I believe he deals 3 times damage on Shida, so yeah, you have to be careful of bowman. I hope this video has been informative. It's been dragging on for too long here now, so I think I'm just gonna end it. Hopefully you guys learned something. I sure learned a whole lot. I was not aware on how crit and accuracy totally worked before doing this, so I'm actually very happy we did this. So yeah, see you back in the main Let's Play.